Okay, this is cycle 2, week 16. Um, so this week we're going to, the first of 2 activities, we're going to be rolling things down a slightly inclined table. So we're not trying to make like a ramp. We're making a very small inclined ramp using 2 pieces of wood. You can see the 2 pieces of wood under my chair legs there, and I just don't have a good table to do that with here. So I have this board, and it's slightly inclined, but not hugely. I don't know if we'll move a table around to your classrooms for this week, or if I will just set it up like in that huge lobby that we don't usually use. I may do that for this week, just so we don't have to move tables around, because you guys really need tables. So I don't know, stay tuned for that. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to have lots of different things to roll. I've got duct tape to roll, one of those film canisters, big bouncy ball, little bouncy ball, bigger marble, little marble, and they're basically going to, just roll them down the incline. And part of the thing with it not being a huge incline is that they're not going to get going really, really fast. But they're going to roll down, and you guys are going to talk about center of mass and which items roll the fastest. And so it's sort of like they're going to be having races. One of the things they're going to roll is a can of soda. Don't worry if this crashes to the floor. I'll have extra ones. I'll have extra ones to do, but you can. It is full of soda, so hopefully it won't burst open. But I might have to take that into account also in thinking about where to have it, because we don't want it to burst open. But anyway, and some canned food. So there will be lots of different things to roll and to talk about center of mass and how quickly things roll, and why it is that the smaller things roll faster than the bigger things. Okay, so that's the first. So the second activity for week 16 is going to involve 4 pages that have shapes on them that you're going to have the kids cut out. So they're going to work in pairs, and each pair will have 4 of these shapes or 4 of these sheets with different shapes on them, okay? So they're going to cut all the shapes out, and then you're going to lead them, the ones that have letters on them, you're going to lead them in changing. But actually first you're going to show them that the square and the big circle have the same surface area. So for the younger classes, you can just inform them that this is so. For the big classes, the lesson plan walks you through using the formulas and a ruler to measure these shapes and determine with the formulas that they truly do have the same area. So then we're going to use our letters to turn them into things. So this one's going to become a cone by matching up the A and the B. And you just put a little piece of tape to hold it into your cone shape. I'm going to try and do a really good job. Okay, and then the square we're going to turn into a cylinder. So I'm going to be careful to make my cylinder so that the edges are not poking out, making a bubble. Okay, so now I have a cone, a cylinder, and a big circle. So the pairs are one person's going to have 2 things and one's going to have 1. Hopefully that won't be a problem. And they're going to drop these at the same time. Okay, so they're going to stand up and maybe raise up their arms to shoulder level and drop them and see what falls fastest. So then you're going to talk about what fell fastest. The cone fell fast, or the cylinder fell fastest, then the cone, then the flat circle. And so you're going to talk about why. You're going to talk about air resistance and surface area. So the cone had the smallest surface area, so that's one reason why it went the fastest. And it only has this very thin, layer of edge of the paper to create wind resistance, whereas the cone has this whole bit, and then the circle has the most. I'll be with you in a minute. I'm going to finish what I'm doing. Okay, buddy? So then the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about how these 2 circles, please go back in the schoolroom. Thank you, buddy. These 2 circles started off the same size, but now they don't have the same surface area at all. So we have the big circle, and when you put it up against it, you can see they don't at all have the same surface area. This little circle has the same surface area as the cone, so you can line that up by showing and show them that. And then you can say, well, so let's try this. If it's all about surface area, let's try dropping these and see which falls fastest. Because if they have the same surface area, they ought to fall together at the same speed, right? So you drop them, and definitely not. The cone falls much faster. So this gives you the opportunity to talk about wind resistance again. You can use the great picture in your lesson plan if you want to show that, but I really think that you can just show them with your fingers how the wind is going out this way, and it can escape around the sides really easily, whereas with a flat circle, the wind is going to hit the thing and then have to go off to the sides to get out, which is just takes a lot longer and takes a lot more energy or whatever. So that's why this goes much more slowly than the cone does. So that is the second activity.